Awesome. Back in presentation mode, present, and back to Zoom. I love this. I feel like if I'm a master going back and forth now. All right, we're all great. All right, good. Can you guys see the Biz Mindset Mastery homepage on? Can you see the Biz Mindset Mastery homepage? Awesome. Let me get my chat group. All right, perfect. Hey, Celia. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm excited about what you guys are going to learn. I am a mindset mastery guru. I like to think that everything that has happened as a result, people see the actions, but they miss out on a lot of the mindset work that goes in that actually shows on the other end. So have you ever wondered what it would be like to start and grow your business unapologetically without second guessing yourself? Or stopping and stalling, or stopping and stalling? Have you ever sat there and wondered what it would be like to just start and just grow, where you're not even questioning things? If that's you, just type in Y for yes. Have you ever wondered how different your life would be if you played full out, like all cards in, you stopped getting in your own way, you stopped with the self-sabotaging, and you just went all in? Type out all in. And then have you ever wanted to have a legitimate business that was banking cash, like bringing in the money just by serving in your God-given gifts without living life like you were feeling like you were living in imposter syndrome? And what imposter syndrome means is that you're showing up fake, right? You don't want to show up fake. You want to live where you're bringing in that money and you're just doing your God-given gifts. Is that you? That sounds like you. And just type in, that is me. That is me. Awesome. So tonight you're going to leave with 7 simple and proven mindset moves to your 6-figure success. How many of y'all want that 6-figure success coming in? I should say 6-figure success and beyond, because we're not even limiting ourselves there. We know there's so much more, but we're going to put ourselves into that mindset so we can start energetically bringing that towards us. So if that's you, and you talking is part of the energetic flow. So as you guys talk and type it out, that's you saying, yes, God, yes, universe, yes, whoever you praise, that is me. I am saying it out loud. I'm saying it out clear. All right. So this masterclass, this is my promise to you. It's going to help you to get in radical action. It's going to activate your bold beast mode. Who want to be beast mode out there? You're going to be activating that bold beast mode button in creating influence, income, and impact. It's going to prep you with the steps to make it so you can still be successful, especially with unpredictable future that's ahead, right? So we know a lot's coming, and we know we can't predict what's happening, but we want to make sure that we're ready. We want to make sure that we're putting our plans, we're putting our buckets in place so that whatever happens, we can still flourish. And then we want to get those ready to use moves that will make a difference in your results immediately. You don't have any time for those long withdrawing things. Those things it's going to take forever to come. Pretty much all of us are if we're over 30, say yes. If we're over 40, say yes. I am now in the over 40 crowd. And I don't got time for anything that's going to take, forever. I really need, if you're like me, you need that ready to use moves, that thing you can implement immediately. I see you, Dina. Thanks for popping in. I see you, Erin. Thanks for popping in. So then what really, and the over 50 crowd, right? So you really, and then for the over 60, you really want that ready to use, right? So what is a successful business? Take this second now just to write out in the chat, what does a successful business look like to you? For me, it could be the fact that I'm on a beach. You guys already know what it looks like for me. I'm on a beach with a pina colada in my hand, and all I'm hearing is ding, 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 money hitting my PayPal or my Stripe account from work that I don't physically have to do, but it's just automatically going in. I am an automation queen. I love to know that I can relax and money is coming in my bank. I love to know I can sleep and I can be someplace and I can be having fun and my posts are being posted, my income is being generated, and my people are still being connected with. So I am into having it nice and simple. So Tanya says a business that helps, it also gives revenue. I want to work smart, but don't want to necessarily work harder. Yes, money in my account and being able to travel whenever I want to. I wanted to have longevity and to be stable. You are speaking all of the words that I feel in terms of, I don't like that get rich quick scheme. I don't like anything that's just coming in, poof, and disappearing. I love when people throw together these 6 weeks or 3-month program, but to me, 3 months, I need something in depth in order for me to really, really build a sustainable business. And I always say, I like to build a house on brick. I am not going to be like that little piggy that built my house on straw or wood. I'm all for brick. All right. So as I move my chat box around, why are biz mindset moves so important to learn right now? Mostly because of the unpredictability. I don't know about y'all, but in New York, we got a lot of people still walking around without masks. So as I look at them and I look at what's happening now, I'm like, uh-oh, there's a possibility a second wave may be happening. So I want to be ready. All right. So type out ready if you want to be ready. Type out ready if you want to be ready. Unpredictability of what is ahead in the world and with businesses. We know now is also the time to implement change. I don't know if any of you are like me and a few of my coaching clients that we just spend so much time of stillness that we know if it's not now, it's never. If it's not now, it's never. And now is that time to implement change. Now is the time to create new mindset habits. Now is the time to begin to activate so that all these business ideas and plans, we had the ideas at first, and then some of us went from idea and we actually put it into plan. And now it's on paper. You know, it can't stay on paper, right? Y'all know it can't stay on paper. It has to go from paper into actuality of planning, right? So, and then you know that some of us are tired. We're tired of being tired. We're tired of working hard. We're tired of going in circles. And we're tired of seeing it just being so, just making complicated. You know, I sit and I watch some folks and I think they make it so complicated. And I'm sitting there like, it doesn't have to be so complicated. Like you're really making it harder than it needs to be. So now is not that time to go get in that complicated type of whatever you're going to do. So take all the complications, all the things that you were going to do that has the 15 or the 20 steps and the 60 million steps. We're going to take those and throw them out and start finding simpler and easier ways that we can still bring about our results. And then here's the golden key of it all. After a crash is a rebuild. After a crash is a rebuild. And I have a feeling what we just experienced, what we're still experiencing now is a crash. And just like the stock market that it went down, if you go back and you look at the stock market is starting to rebuild slowly. Just like a house that was torn down, just like your feelings, just like, you know, things in our lives have crashed at times. Now is the time to rebuild. And like Tanya said, we want to rebuild on solid ground. We don't want to rebuild on mosh. We don't want to rebuild on soggy land. We want to rebuild on something that's sturdy. And the best place when we're going to start to rebuild has to start from within. So let me tell you about some common mistakes that we make, right? Do you guys want to hear about the oops? Because if you see yourself in the oops, then say, I'm a oopser. Just type out oops if that's you. So some common mistakes and some common mindset oops that knowledge experts and coaches and consultants and all of us start. So as we're jumping in, just let me know if you have started your business already, all right? Or 0 if you haven't started your business yet. If you have your mindset, you have your concept, you know you're going to move into business. You're not sure when, but you know there's a business inside of you. 1, if you have your LLC, you have all your legitimate documents, you have your bank account, you're already bringing in money. That's a 1. That's a legitimate business. 0, if not all that ready yet. But if you are 1 that's 0, but plan on being 1 by the end of 2020, just say 0 to 1. 0 to 1. That means that you're in the right space and we're going to help you move towards that 1. Awesome. Good. All right. Great. I just want to have an idea of who is in the room and who's out there. All right. So a lot of mistakes that we make is a lot of us gather. Who are the gatherers? We like to gather bits and chunks and we want to learn from here and learn from there and learn from there and learn from there. And I'm one of those. So that's me for oopsie. Like I will have 50 million books right in front of me. And then sometimes what happens is when I have the 50 million books, I'm like, okay, now, which one do I follow? Which one do I follow? This one has this way, and that one has this way, and that one has this way. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to do anything. So I used to live in that land where I had all of these people telling me different things and different ways of doing things, collecting, which led to even more confusion. And then some of us give up before we even start, right? So, all right, I know I'm not going to win at this. I don't know anything about business. Or as soon as you start and there's one big oopsie, you give up. Some of us stay in imagination land. Imagination is where you just stay in your mind, and when I grow up, this is what it's going to be, and next year it's going to be like this, and the following year this is what it's going to be, and my business is going to be that. So everything is up here, and we're sometimes stuck, get stuck in imagination land. And then the last set of us, some of the mindset mistakes we make is we're scared. I'm just type scared of business. I don't do money. I know I have a gift. I'm really, really good at this gift, but I just don't even like money. I don't like the concept of money. I don't like the business aspect. I don't like finance. I don't like this. Just let me do what I do really well. So if that's any of you, type out which one of you. If you're the gatherer, if you're the stumbler, if you're the, or if you're the imaginator, and if you are the scared of business, then type out which one are you. All right, awesome. And then which one you feel you're the most, which one has came up the most for you. Try and find the one that comes up the most for you. All right, so a little bit about me. And there was a cute picture there. I guess the picture didn't decide to come over. Let's see if my pictures come over with this slide. We might have a slide with some missing pictures today. That's what I get for trying to get a fancy, I was trying to do a fancy graphic with a picture inside the phone. So I thought that was really the bomb. All right, so a little bit about me. For those who don't know, I am a serial entrepreneur of a few different businesses. I'm CEO since 2014. I failed a few times. I fell a few times. I've stumbled a few times. I love to travel, and I love living life full out. Through those stumbles, what really helped me was when I stopped going from the information gatherer to sticking one place. To sticking one place and sticking hard in that place. Like I chose the one I felt that resonated the most with what I needed and what they had. So wherever I decided to stick for a little while, I said, okay, if I'm going to go anywhere, let's go where I need, where fills my need, and where feels good, where I can grow and I feel respected in that community. And that's when I decided to stay with the Motivating the Masses family and working with Lisa and Susie. I'm by trade an audiologist, a speech language pathologist, #1 bestseller. Gained clarity. Once I got that clarity and I knew where I was going, and this is to let you know, you don't have to stick with one thing, because life is going to cause us to shift sometimes. And when I moved towards first doing the autism parenting, I gained clarity, increased my visibility, invested in coaching, implemented systems, and then started to watch my business soar, right? Letting you all know, when you start at the beginning, the money does not come flourishing in, especially if we're building on cement. If we're building on cement, we spend a lot of time implementing systems and checking them out. Now, we need money to come in. So we're going to talk about ways so automatic money comes in and fast money can come in. However, the growth may not be seen the first year or possibly the second year. Mine came in more towards the second, third-ish year when I finally decided what it was I was doing and the programs I began to implement. 2019, I turned a $1497 book into $114,000. And 2020, I'm projected for a $250,000 year, and I'm on task up to date. Clients have increased, so that's pretty freaking impressive. Shoot. And this is all from taking the time out during the earlier years. And this is just from my business. This doesn't count my other job. This is just my business, right? So this is from spending the first few years implementing systems, being in the red, and then being even, and then actually putting into place and then seeing the increase and the growth through the time. Yeah, I don't play. I want to know what it is. I like to learn. And then my goal now is to come back and show you so you don't spend all those years doing that. Now I can say, okay, this is what I did. This is where I messed up. This is how we can work on that. And this is what will help you to go faster. All right, so along with the book, I had a video series. I did my mastermind. I ran my business memberships program. I did my Amazing Moms Retreat last year. Last year, I released the Dr. Ali Griffith Show podcast. I did my first live event, Mompreneurs on Fire, closed close to 70% of that room. And I did my first virtual event this year because of COVID. So luckily we did really well also, and we did a high closing at that on a virtual space. Speaking, so you guys have seen, I've done my paid speaking. I did my first keynote with over 600 people last year. Shout out to Charlotte, who came to support me in Alabama. Have been seen on these locations: ABC, CBS, NBC, Good Morning America, Family Circle, and most importantly, I'm a Black belt. Like, I'm a martial artist, so that kick tail you see a lot, that's where it comes from. My martial artist. You know, that's, you know, when you say you look for that USP, that little thing that makes you different, all of these things combined is what makes me me. All of them combined. I had a sales call today. They were asking me what, you know, I'm going to be leading another sales team. And they said, well, what is it about you that makes you so beast mode when it comes to that area? And I said, communication. I really went back to my audiology and speech pathology. You use the things that you're really good in, and you use your gifts, and you will see it help you to soar in your business. And that's what I want to help you guys to do through this process. So this is my why. Let's see if it plays. So this is my why. My why is my Zachary. My why is, you know, being able to travel, take him places. He loves to travel. He loves to go places. My other why is the one who's on the phone who's on who's on the line right now. My mom, she's done a lot for us. She has kept us going, and I've seen her work all her life. And as a result of that, it makes me want to work smart so that I can help her to work less. Money can't always be your why. So what is your why? Take a second to write down, what is your why for why you want to start a business? What is your why for why you want to start a business? So my first why are my family, and be a little specific than family. So my son loves to travel, loves to find the things in life. Of course, because he is autistic, I want to make sure he's well. So I want to make sure I can provide for him. I want to make sure my mom's retired and I can help her out so she doesn't have to worry. I feel like if she's worked hard enough, now it's time for us to retire her. So those are my why. That's why I am constantly grinding, and grinding means not necessarily only working hard, but working smart and always learning so I can help you guys out with learning. So you've got to know your why, and you got to get really, really, really connected to your why, because if you don't have something pulling you enough there, then your mindset is going to be easy to give up, and all those other things that's stopping you will keep showing up, and it'll stop you. And then here's my bigger why. So I thought initially was the people, and my bigger why became being an autism mom. I go through a lot, and I really have to go through some moments where I have to work hard, and I cry a lot, and it's scary, and the fear of the unknown. So as a result of that, it makes me drive even harder. And then coming from having two divorces, it puts me in that state of, I don't ever want to go back to a place again of feeling helpless. And I felt helpless when Zachary was first diagnosed. I felt helpless when I was going through the divorce. I felt, even though I had a degree, I still felt powerless. And then seeing my mom and knowing what she's going through, and knowing that I've got to do better because I want to make sure that I can provide. Like, there's the why, and then there's the bigger why. And what I really want us to get connected to as we're out there and we're listening is, what's our bigger why? Because sometimes just our kids is not enough. We got to have a bigger why, something that tugs us and that makes us want to, something that's make you say, oh, heck no, I am not going back there again. One of those. So as you're thinking of that, come in and let me know. Now, these are 7 common mindset blocks. We spoke about it already, but we're going to go back into it as I'm sharing you the 7 mindset moves. Negative thinking, always thinking the worst, poor planning of your time. Like, I have difficulty planning time. It just shows up everywhere. Scattered thoughts, that shows up in our business sometimes when we start one thing, and then like Charlotte had put, the squirrel comes in, and then all of a sudden, and then the twinkle, twinkle stars. Like, I have personally ADHD at times, and I feel like I start one thing and then all of a sudden something else comes into play. So I had to start creating some of these mindset moves I'm going to share with you today to stop me from having those scattered thoughts, so I can complete each thing, because each thing is important. And if I'm all over the place, nothing gets happened. Another common mistake we make is everything's always in the head. Like, oh, I got it all here. Who's everything in the head person? Like, I got it all here. I know what I want to do. It's all here. No, major common mindset mistake. If your head is all occupied with that, then how are you actually going to get stuff done when it's all here, right? And then I want to keep it to myself because I don't want to steal my idea. I'm going to just keep my mouth closed. That's one of those common mindset blocks that we use. We're keeping it to ourselves because we don't want anyone to steal our idea. And just say that's me, like be transparent. If it's you and I come to you and I say something that you do, say it's me, own it. So as we're going through the mindset moves, which are the answers to some of these that we're doing, then you'll be able to attach and connect to that one. I can do it all. I can do it all? No one else can do it like me. I'm not gonna hire anyone because I can do this. I'm gonna be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, the chef, the cab driver, and who is out there trying to do it all in their business, right? Mindset moves because it's all in your head, y'all. Type it out. It's all in my head. And then some of us just lose our voice. We go, no one's going to listen to me. Who's out there saying, no one's going to listen to me? No one's going to think I'm an expert. No one really thinks I have anything to say. So I'm just going to close my mouth. Some of us that, I'm just going to I don't have anything of value to say. I don't stand out from anyone else. Everyone else has these thoughts in their mind. And then the last one is they go into information overload and they just collect. Back to the gatherers, collect common mistakes, right? All right, and these are the sexy excuses. So then they're the sexy excuses. These are all mindset, y'all. I'm like showing you, like, you don't realize the things that you're doing and how mindset kicks in and how it is a blocker in our business. And until we start recognizing it, we're not going to do the business. We're not going to move towards those 6 figures. We got to start identifying these things that keep showing back up in different aspects of our lives. When I have more money, I will. When I have more money, I will. So let me let you know something. You will never have more money. Because as soon as the money comes, something else will come and take it from you. So all of the work that we want to do, the money we want to do to invest in the business, the money we want to do and invest in coaching, the money we want to do to invest in learning more, if you keep saying that I will have more money until, that's going to keep holding you off from your business and growing your business. You have to invest in your business. You got to put it in to get it out. Like, it's not going to come from where. So sometimes I go beast mode. I put in more so I can get more out. I don't know, is that any of you like that? Sometimes I've got it that it's an energetic flow now. So I love to just give. When I hear someone's doing something, I'll give a little bit more. Someone doesn't ask me, I'll give. Someone has a product to sell. Ask all my clients. I think every one of my clients, I bought something what they have. And if I haven't bought it, most likely I'll be buying it soon. Why? Because it's an energetic flow. When I find the time, when my kids grow up, oh, they're too young. They need me now. They need me more than anything else. Oh, when my kids grow up. So which one of these are you? Which one of these sexy excuses do you use? When I have more money, when I find the time, when my kids grow up, or they all need me more? They feel like I never have, yep. Well, guess what? We're never, ever going to have that time because time is something that we could never get back. It isn't. So tonight we're going to talk about, I'm going to go through quickly my 7 mindset moves. These are simple moves. At the end, if you stay till the end, if I stay till the end, I will get the gift. And the gift is access to the Mindset Mastery Guide with it's a PDF where you can actually do the work that goes along with these. Every page has different activities that you can do. And I always believe like if we're going to work on the mind, we should do some action. Work on the mind, do some action. So this is gonna go hand in hand. And even if your kids call you, go help them, come back, whatever. We're still going to be here. All right, so we're going to work on shifting your mindset as a CEO. We're going to work on igniting your mindset for sales. For those who have difficulty talking about sales and financial forecasting, we're going to talk about power moves mindset. For those of us who did the business plan, you're going to see how these mindsets shows back up in all of these business things that you guys do not even realize. How to break it down into smaller chunks. We're going to talk about productivity mindset. That's all about systems, all about tools, all about maximizing output. How many of us run away from systems? Don't want anything to do with systems. Don't even like computers. Don't want anything to do with systems. All right? That was me. I ran away from systems because I didn't understand it. That's because people were explaining it to you too hard. They were making it way too complicated. It does not need to be so complicated. Now I love it. Systems is life. System is boo. System is bae. All right. And then we're going to talk about accountable mindset, how to hold yourself accountable, noisemaker mindset, how to go out there and make noise, how to really be seen. This is going to turn back into media marketing and social media. And then our CEO mindset, how to lead like a leader and embody your CEO self. Okay. Does that sound good for you guys? Are you guys ready to learn more about that? Because 2020 is going to be our clear vision beyond the fog. It's time for us to have, before we wanted 2020 vision, now it's time to have 2020 clear vision beyond the fog. See, nobody talks about the fog. Nobody talks about the smog, for those of us who live in the city. Nobody talks about the rainy days, but because as a special needs mom, and I'm used to us having rainy days, like almost every day is a fog, because we're lucky when we don't have a fog. So how do we still have clear vision through those times so that our businesses can still soar? All right, guys, if you know someone that you need to know that needs to be in here now is the time to tag them. Now is the time to invite them. Now is the time to go get them and use that to do that. If you would like to just share the link with them, we still got a lot more we're going to go to, and we're now getting into the teaching things. So I want to make sure. I also want to give a shout out. If I have any of my members in here, any of my Ignite members in here, please type down Ignite members. If I have any of my Academy members in here, please type out Academy. And any of my Power Move, my Platinum Power Move players who are my one-on-ones, please type out Platinum Powers. I want to make sure I give you guys some love. These are my squad. These are my tribe. These are the ones who've invested. These are the ones that they actually trust me. They actually trust me, and they actually, I've been seeing some amazing things since we got started. And for those who just got started, there's a lot more we have ahead of us. All right, so this is when I am going to get rid of. So first I want to tell you all about one of my power movers. This is my aunt. Some of us know my aunt. My aunt is a content creator. She is a bad tail when it comes to content. Works for an amazing television show. I met her through Lisa Nichols, actually. She is a professional in her gifts, yet she was super scared to start when it came to business. Like, she's great at what she does as a producer, director in film. But when it came to actually starting her own company or really shining out in her gifts, super scared to start. And she was going through analysis paralysis. I played earlier, and according to her, working with us or working in the program, she's learned access information, made super simple for some of you who don't like the complicated. She always said Dr. Ali has tools to the game real quick. Teams to establish report, not teamless, but teams to establish report, and bite-sized pieces of information that if you just stay in action, you will get results. Her words are, if you have a dream you want to achieve, if you have a goal that you're going after, you have a business you want to start, you have content you want to create, you just need some help honing it in. This is where you come to get the results. Thank you, my aunt. She recognized. All right, so we're getting into our first one. Our first one is shifting your mindset. And now is when, excuse me, there's so much going on here. I am going to actually stop our live stream, guys. If they want to get the rest, they can come inside. I post the link. All right, so shifting our mindset. We have a way in which we tend to throw everything together, and as a result of us putting all of our businesses together and all of our thoughts together, we end up turning into confusion. And that's that confusion amass where we're gathering too much. When we start our day, one of the best things I like to do is I like to make or break my day. I like to use my first 3 thoughts in the morning, of course, after I finish praying and meditating and doing all my self-care. What are my 3 things I'm going to do today as a CEO? And create a schedule where you can actually write it down. So you start getting your mindset into what are your responsibilities to function as to get results in, to move towards. Train it into part of your repertoire so that you don't feel that you're all over the place, and so that you don't feel like you got nothing done at the end of the day. So people ask me, how do I get beast mode? Literally in the morning, I will plan my 3 things I have to get done. I also have a way of planning the 3 things I do at the end of the day. So at the at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And those three things help me to see, okay, I either sit down and I give gratitude for what worked, what didn't work, and or I say, okay, I didn't get this done today, so I'm going to add it on for tomorrow. So I try to function as a CEO a few minutes as soon as I wake up, or in the morning, doesn't have to be as soon as you wake up, and a few minutes in the afternoon, okay? Because a lot of us are slapping our business together and we're just going with the flow, we're just like, okay, we're just gonna let it be and we're gonna be fairy tale. As a result of that, our results are not being where we want it to be. So when we plan and when we get really intentional with what our flow, that's how we begin to shift our mindset and move into where we want to function as a CEO. So this is a new muscle. Type out new muscle, because do any of you do this right now? Do any of you do this right now, where in the morning you plan what are your steps that you're going to do for your business? Awesome, awesome. And are you doing it in the night? Are you doing it in the night? And the reason why I say just 3, don't overwhelm yourself, because if you overwhelm yourself, then that's how you get stuck, right? Don't go too much. Don't go too, don't get yourself all worked up, because think of small, simple things, or think of the top things that you need to get done. And if you really want to know what I like to think of, okay, what are the 3 things that are going to bring in revenue? Like, what top 3 moves do I have to do today that is going to lead towards revenue generating activities? Okay, so that's how one of my amazing moves I like to do. My mom sees it when I come. I have it on my wall. I have different ways of putting it up so that but it's just for the day. Everything for me is simple bite-sized moves. On our business plan or on our weekly plan, and I'm going to share with you some other ways of planning. We're going to use that, but in terms of shifting your mindset right at the beginning as a CEO, this is one of my beast mode moves that I use that always keeps me in action and gives me really, really great results. Next one we do is igniting my mindset. So how am I always on fire? I think about my future self, right? I'm always thinking about my future self and what does my future self want me to do? So since I love being on the beach, we spoke about what is it, our really why. I think about what is my next trip that I'm moving towards, or what do I want to save towards? When I think of that, that really helps me to light my fire. So I think of my future self, whether it could be 5 years from now, whether it's a year from now, that helps me. I just do a quick fast forward to where I want to be. And that helps me to just ignite my mindset. It helps me to just get back into play. Okay, Ali, snap out of it, right? Now this comes in super handy, and we're going to do this when we do we do this in our academy, do this in our membership. We do this where we actually put together the different, and we did it in the business plan, right? So you remember in our business plan, we had the part for sales and we had the part for finance forecasting. This is part of how we look at the overall picture, and we go back in and we see, okay, that's our overall picture. Then what steps do we need to do towards that? So that will help you to get yourself excited. And if it's not something fun, or if it doesn't look like guys, make it fun. Make it fun. I like to have a conversation with my future self. And it's always a pina colada in my hand. Please don't judge me. I'm like, future self, where are we? What are we doing? What do we need to get here? And as a result of that, it's like, okay, if I want to do that, then I need to make sure, because that's always my treat. Whether in 5 years I actually want to buy a house in the island and live in the island, retire on the island. So that's usually what I'm thinking about. So everything I'm planning towards is leading me towards that. So let your future self guide you to when you feel those moments of block. So all of these are things to use, mindset moves, simple mindset moves. Remember, we're not making it complicated. All I'm doing is giving you really simple bite-sized bits that you can do immediately, and it will cause a fast result. Does that make sense? Please don't sit and expect anything super complicated from me, because that's how you get even more confused. So we're going to use this in our planning. We're going to use this in our sales, our finance forecasting. When we get further into how we use it in each part, then I can give you a little bit more in detail. But for now, we'll do it on the top. I need the quesadilla for myself. All right, awesome. All right, so let's talk about another one of my power movers success and how they're using some of these mindset moves. So here is GARRI. GARRI, I met GARRI, and are you on the line? I don't even know if you're on the line. I haven't even checked and see if, okay, GARRI. Okay, she didn't get to come in. All right, so GARRI's another one of my power movers success students. She is the CEO of the Gary Davis agency. When she came in, she was deathly afraid of sales. Any of my people that are afraid of sales don't even like to do sales. So she said, when we started working, I gave her a lot of sales strategy and support. I helped with instruction in a clear and concise way to make it easy for her to understand. She needed a lot of hand holding. Any one of you guys need hand holding to the process. And when no one's holding your hand, you're out there like a fish, like this. That's me. Like when I don't see, like when I can't feel my feet on the ground, I start panicking. So some of us need hand holding until they're comfortable enough where I can release my hands. And I'm always at that place, especially in my academy, where I'm giving it easily, watching you use it, and then slowly back away so that you can stand up on your feet by yourself and then go back and empower others. So what she loves about our community is knowledge, love, and support. In sales, which is one of our modules, we teach how to have a dignified conversation with participants, which allows them to better understand what their next moves were and what they need to do to move forward with their breakthroughs. So these are all part of just using mindset strategies, just using thinking ahead. What do we want them to feel ahead? We want them to feel their breakthroughs. If we want them to feel their breakthroughs, what steps do we need to do now? And it's the same Ignite mindset that we use in sales. Juicy, right? All right, so now we talk about power your mindset. How do I use powering for my mindset? How do I get it to make like power moves? All right, power moves is all about simply what we did last week, which was our business plan. Power moves are things that we do that has a fast impact. So a one-page business plan has a faster and a harder impact than extended business plan. Do we need that? Yes, we do. We also need the extended business plan, and we're going to go more into that into the academy, because when you want to get loans, when you want to, you use this in-depth business plan so that if we need it for our brand guide, or we need it for any other aspects in our life, or we need it to speak to our people we hire so we all can be on the same language or standards operation procedures, we're going to use that in-depth business plan. But if we want a nice power pack, we got to break it down into simple goals. So we did the year, or you guys may have chose whatever timeline you use for the one-page business plan. On your guide, on your master guide, the mastermind guide, say that 3 times fast now. On your mindset mastery guide, you are going to have a page where it's going to break it down into smaller chunks, into month goals and then 6-month goals, so that you can break down what are your power moves into smaller steps, right? So we take what's big, we take the whole, and we break it into small. Take the whole and break it into small. And that's where the power comes from. So as we think about our 6-month goals, what are, at least, if you were to visualize yourself in 6 months, and I wouldn't say 3 if you're really quick, 1 if you really want to just hit it on the nail. What's one main goal that you want to get accomplished in the next 6 months? What's one main goal that you want to get accomplished in the next 6 months? Hand holding works for you. I know, right, Evie? One main goal that you want to get accomplished in the next 6 months. Write that down, write it in the chat. And then as you're writing that, we're going to break that down into smaller bits so that it doesn't feel so overwhelming, right? And that's really where your power is. We lose our power when everything just gets so much. And we have 50 million coaches telling us 50 million things. And we see all the 50 million steps we have to do ahead. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. Let's just take it easy, take a breath. Let's look at what we need to get done. And let's put together a strategy plan to get that done. 1,000 years of steady income. I see you guys. Awesome. Launch a self-paced online course. Juicy, juicy. Awesome. All right. How many of us in here said that we're scared of systems? Finish the book I'm co-authoring my husband. Start podcast summit based on our book. Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to be doing a training on podcasting and how to do summits soon. and the back end systems of it, not just the front end. People keep showing you the front end, but not showing you the how, which is the back end, which is what you need. My academy students had me linking them all in together. They already told me what they need. They're like, this is what we need. I'm like, okay. All right. So productive mindset. How do we maximize time and become more productive? I want you guys to type this out. Systems. Systems. For all of us who are scared of systems, systems. Type it out, systems. We keep running from them and we have to be best friends with them. And if we can't be best friends with them, we have to hire the people that can support us with doing it, but we still have to understand it. So we're going to hire those who can activate it. Like, I gave up. I don't want to learn Entreport. I decided Entreport, I love Entreport, but I don't want to learn it. So I went and I hired someone to do my Entreport. However, she's waiting on me to tell her what I need. So we can hire people to do the function. We can hire them to do it, but we have to know the system of what we need them to do. Like, we have to create the emails. We got to say, when do we want our emails? We got to say what we want our emails to say. We got to know our conversation in our emails. All of that, we have to know that system. And once we have that system, type this one in, because this is what you're going to wait for. This is what most of you came for. You just have to rinse and repeat it. You're going to remix, rinse, and repeat. Remix, rinse, and repeat. Once you have a system, and I spend time doing systems. A lot of you know I'm a systems chick. I don't like the front end of it, but I love the results of it. So when I put together my first live event, I focused on the back end of the system. Why? Because of my years spending with Lisa Nichols and with Doreen Rainey and Steve Harvey, and working in their front and working in their back made me realize you only see the front, but really what really makes it work is what's happening in the back that no one can't see. And what makes it not work is when the back is a mess, right? So spend some time together. Let's get your back systems together. And I know it's going to take longer, but it's what people don't see. And that is the foundation. That is building on foundation. That's how I'm able to grow fast. It wasn't fast initially. Why? Because I was implementing the systems. I was learning the system. I was learning what I need, what I don't need. Well, do I like this one? Do I not like this one? Do they like this event? Do they not like this event? And that's part of the testing beta trial. And as soon as you find that secret sauce, that thing that the people like, that thing that works well for you, that's where your money is. And all you're doing is being yourself. You're not doing anything fake. You're just doing what you are, but you're learning it step by step and brick by brick. And what I started doing for you guys is each system I learned, I put them into checklists now. Because my one-on-one clients, they don't want to know the extended thing. They're just like, okay, Dr. Ali, can you send me blank, blank, blank? I'm like, hold a second, let me put it together. So all you got to do is follow it step by step so you can get that results. And that's what I started doing for all of it, is breaking those big systems into simplified steps. And I add dates next to it because I'm just a little neurotic like that. Secret sauce is the systems, right? Right, CALINE, who calls me, okay, Dr. Ali, I need blah, blah, blah. Okay, give me a second. I know I have it somewhere. If not, I'll create it quickly for you and send it to you. So get used to using tools to maximize your time, the energy to put you out, less energy that you put out when you maximize the time. It helps you to nurture your clients. It helps you to bring in clients. Systems are also needed to turn likes into payment. So yes, we want likes. Yes, we want follows. Yes, we want more people in social media, but then we have to figure out, and we have to put a system together to get them to go from likes into payments, to get them to go from followers into clients. And all of that is system. All of that is a method or a process of how to do it. Don't let people tell you that it's just showing up and just getting people. It's such a process beneath it. And that's the part we're going to work on. Step-by-step method for each pillar to simplify it. And when I say each pillar, each part of your business, there's six main pillars in your business that keeps it functioning. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few. Meet another one of my power mover success stories. These are really videos. I'm actually going to post the videos in our Mompreneur chat. So if you have not had a chance, please make sure you are part of our Mompreneur chat. HTTPS. Let me just write it down. This is where I post a lot of tips. This is where I'm going to share the videos of each one of these guys. I got video testimonials. Of course, Dr. Ali did. I got video testimonials. I transcribe them. I use them. I pull them out, and I can use them as testimonials to share you guys the results people have. System. And then if I want, I can chunk them out and post them into social media posts. Throw it on a graphic, use it on all our social media, boom, credibility. System, all from one testimonial. Juicy, right? Tell me that's good. I think it's juicy. And that's what you guys are gonna learn. So I know I'm saying a lot fast, but we have a system to this. Today, you're just getting the overview. So I just wanna make sure you guys have that access. All right, so Danielle had a dream in her belly. Girl, Danielle for years. Danielle, are you on this chat? Let me make sure if you are, then say hi. She's a chef, and she wanted to start cooking, and she loved cooking. Like since she was younger, she loved to cook. It brings her joy. She loves feeding people. And she's always wanted to start a delivery service of where she can cook for others. And I'm like, I'm a mom, I'm busy. I need that. Like, and not only cooking, but healthy meals, like delicious Caribbean infused and exotic infused from other places. She likes to make really fun things that are healthy. And some of us who are Mompreneurs on Fire remember when she stood up and she told her story. If you were at Mompreneurs on Fire, just type out Mo Fire. And she stood up. This was in October last year. She wanted her business. Was scared as crap. Didn't know how to start. Didn't know what to do. Started working with me and then in the academy. So with me, I give you the specific information for her business. In the academy, I teach her the system. Right? Because we can't teach systems in the one-on-one. The one-on-one is straight, here, let me help you. This is what we need to do. In the academy, this is the teaching class. This is what I learned in my business academy programs with Susie Carter and Steve Harvey and all these millionaires of what to do in terms of systems. So now I bring it back to you guys in a simplified manner. We got our business incorporated. She now has design logos. She got brand colors. She got her functional website. People can order their meals on the website. She's implemented systems. She has created customized meals, plans. She has over 8 consistent clients. So that's cha-ching. She's done 2 events. And this is all in 6 months, y'all. She's in the process of completing her food handling license. She's hired her first team member, so she's not doing it alone. Someone's helping her with her. Guys, does this sound like a place you guys would like to be? Because I know I'm so proud of her. And now she's doing consistent marketing because she has a marketing plan and a marketing calendar, and she has help. So this is where, when we do these mindset moves, when we activate ourselves, this is where the 6-figure success comes from, okay? Accountable mindset. How we doing out there? We okay? Am I fire hosing you? Are you guys okay? Is this good stuff? Is this stuff you can use immediately in your business? Is anything coming up immediately? Because we got 5, 6, 7, we got 3 more. Now we're gonna head into accountable mindset. How do you hold yourself and your team to the right standards? By leading by examples. So in order for you to move your business forward and to move towards 6 figures, you got to set up some sort of accountability. And accountability can come in whether you have an accountability buddy, a beast, I call them biz bestie. And for those that are beast modes, I have biz beasties. You want to have mindset groups or mastermind groups that you're attending. I love group coaching. I'm a big fan of group coaching. I grew the fastest in group coaching because that's where the biggest support was. And working in groups help. Working in groups help. Last night we just had, last night, go ahead, one. I know you're going to ask. Go ahead, you can have one. How about when we are working in groups, we have a way of supporting each other. So I did this as an example, and I really wanted to see if my tribe, if they needed to work in groups, if it helped them. So for the month of May, since we were home, I put together some co-working sessions, just for 2 sessions, 2 or 3 sessions on the weekend, and say, okay, who wants to just come in and work? We're not talking. We're not, I'm not teaching. I may answer. I'm going to give you half an hour of answering questions, but we are just online working for 90 minutes in silence. And all you're seeing is People are popping in and people are getting work done. Why? Because they said at the end, working in groups help. It keeps me accountable. It makes me show up. There's a space where I can ask questions if I have questions, and then I can go back into working. That was one of the biggest things that I missed. So what that accountable mindset does is when you feel like you're alone, when you want to keep everything in your head, when you're all confused, when you do this activity as a result of having groups, as a result of having accountability, it helps you to get past that stage of confusion. It helps you to move into action. And that's what helps us to make those moves towards six-figure success. So accountability and having that accountable mindset and being okay with talking to people and being okay with saying I need help and finding groups that can just stimulate you, being in like-minded atmospheres, making sure people are business oriented. That is so important because we do not have enough in our culture as women, as Black women, as Caribbean women, you know, so many different cultures you can put yourself under. Zachary, that's 2. I see you. Please put the other one back. Put it down. I don't need it in my hand. He tried to get slick. He's like, Mommy, just put it down. Just put it down. Thank you. So yeah, I can fill Mommy and teach. So, oh, Zachary, excuse me, I'm in the class right now. Thank you. All right, so we were, when you're working with accountability, yeah, I don't play. I don't play. This is how mompreneurs do it. Hashtag mompreneur. Any mompreneurs in here? Should be almost everyone. This is how we still move forward and still parent. Yes, I'm going to be teaching you, and no, you cannot have 2 because I told you 1, and I'm going to stop you to make sure that we get our 1 done. I love it. So speaking about groups, that's what helps. That's how we make sure that we get through this. Always. You know it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. All right, great. So before I get into question 6, I want to do a temperature check. You know, I'm always doing temperature check, guys. This webinar, this masterclass is a 90-minute masterclass. We have 2 more. I have a gift for you. I'm going to invite and tell you about our academy. So all that's coming. But before I get there, do we have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far you'd just like me to answer? Any questions? Type it out now. I just want to make sure I do a quick check-in. Are you feeling like it's possible? Do you see that, yes, blocks happen, but with systems and with a certain plan that we can get past these blocks? And that's where I want us to really get to, is to know that even through the scatter and through the overwhelmedness and through the fear, that we can still become 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs. We just have to have a system in place. Okay, so if no questions, type out. So I want you to say no if there's no questions. Why if there's a question, and if there's no questions, because that will help me to know that you're at least hearing me and you can move on. Yeah, okay, good. See, yep. Y'all know we need this to be engaging. Thank you. So look who I have here, Miss CALINE. I found a dope picture of you. So this is CALINE. And of course, my laptop will tell me we're low in charge when I charged it before I walked. So CALINE, this is a little bit about CALINE. We started working a few months ago also. Second, switching cameras. You're not gonna see me for a second. All right, so there we go, perfect. She's known as the Money Maven. She's went from live events and to having her first virtual event a few months ago, last month. So I want to celebrate her. Through the process of going from live to virtual events, it's a change, right? She's amazing at doing live events. She's done gazillion live events. And now because of COVID, she had to shift towards doing a virtual event. Doing the virtual event, she was able to learn new systems, learn new operations, learn new behind the scenes, and it was amazing. She had amazing, over 100 participants, and people stayed throughout the entire day. She had great speakers. We learned a lot. But the gist of it is knowing that from pivoting from what we plan to what unexpected, how do we navigate that process? Through systems, through operations, and through mindset changes. Like, we have to know that we can still move forward even if we can still move forward. together on our campus, she did her first 5-day virtual challenge as a lead generator. She doubled her Facebook followers on her business page. She went from 300 to 600. I know it's more now because this isn't even including the live event. The virtual event. And one second. And she also increased her leads from 500 to 711. She now has her website. She had a website before, but now there's a CRM attached to the MailChimp. She's also in the process of getting Keep. So she can have a system and start creating funnels and start creating a conversation with her clients as they're coming in. So all I want to say is her clients are now have access to over $920,000. She's more than tripled the amount she's invested since she started working with me. I know it's more than triple by now, but when I went back in your notes from about 2 months ago, CALINE, that's what I found. And she's just out here making power moves. So I just want you guys to see that there's a system and there's a method to the madness, and you gotta follow the systems. You gotta follow the process. All right, so noisemaker mindset. We're gonna get into noisemaker mindset. You're welcome, anytime. Thank you for your obedience. Noisemaker mindset, how to get your message ready and then how to get it heard, right? So a lot of us are into the, I'm afraid to go live, or I don't want to tell them what I have. I don't want to seem salesy. I don't want to talk about my programs. I don't want to do the invites. You see our squad, right, Nikki? Yeah, they know where to go. Get systems in, systems queen. All right, just kidding. They know how to get your message and how to get it out there, because the more quiet we are, the less of a CEO we are. And we really have to own our gifts, own the fact that we each were created here to be unique. We each were created and sent here with a purpose, and our purpose is not for ourselves. I want you to type it out. My purpose is not for me. My purpose is not for me. So if you keep holding your purpose to yourself and you keep holding everything within yourself, then how do you expect for others to know that you're out there, the ones who you were sent to help? Start again out. Exactly. And I've seen you, right? And if we keep holding everything into ourselves, then that's how we get quieter and we get quieter and we get quieter. And if you're ones, I don't want people to know my idea. I don't want to seem too salesy. I don't want to seem like if I'm all about the money. How are we going to move towards 6-figure success if we don't have something to offer them and we don't invite them into it? So we all have to become noisemakers. What do our parents say? Closed mouths don't get fed, right? And we got to learn how to make the first moves. And we got to know all platforms are a go. Like all platforms are a go, except for TikTok. I don't like TikTok. But if TikTok works for you, then go for TikTok. All platforms are a go, right? And then when I say go, in our academy, we speak about how to get a consistent brand across all of your platforms. You don't have to use them, but you have to have them, right? So whatever, Zachary, turn it down, please. Let me finish up here. Zachary, turn down. No problem. So if we are able to at least have a consistency amongst all of our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and we want to have the same name. And we talk a little bit more, we really dive deeper into this. We want to have the same name, right? So if I'm on an interview, I like to say, well, they say, well, how can I follow you? Well, you can follow me at Facebook, Insta, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, at Dr. Ali Griffith. So you don't want to say, follow me at Facebook at 5 + 4 = 10, and follow me at Instagram at 10 - 4 = 6, and follow me at Pinterest at the colors around is red. You know, you want to have consistency along your brand. And as we get into our branding module and we get into our social media module, you'll see how your brand has to be aligned in consistency all the way. All of this is systems, guys. This is the back end stuff. And I promise in our program, we just go through step by step for each month. Each month we focus on a different part, a different part, a different part, a different part. So by the time you're complete, you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I got all of that done. So we find something else, Evie. We find something else. And if it's not the same, then we can tweak it. And, you know, let's see what we can do to make it all aligned. We can, you know, sometimes it may have to change, but let's see what we can do. For Twitter is okay. We'll find something. We'll figure something out. Either way, it has to be as similar, as close as possible. And then when I first started, I was Dr. Alicia Griffith. So I had my whole ALI SHA, and going from ALI SHA to Ali, I had to go back and rebrand my whole thing. Like I went and I rebranded at least 3 times already. And I literally just did another brand guide. And I feel like if we as businesses should always be looking to see what do we need to up level or change. We're always up level or changing. We can't stay the same. That was what my post on Facebook. There's no way you should be staying the same of what you were before COVID. After COVID, after that rest, there's something you have to step into, you have to be doing to amplify what you're doing so you can get different results. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, we up level all along the way. We just, once we do it, we make a lot of noise so people know we did it. Right? So going from an autism parenting strategist to now a startup biz coach, which is what you guys gave me. I wasn't even like, don't count me, I'm a business coach. I'm so not interested in business, but yeah, I love to talk business now because I finally see it's a system. Now it's a system and I've simplified it. I can do that. So I can do businesses that's 250,000 and under. Those that are over 250, those are Susie's. I send them straight to her, go deal with her. She deals with the millionaires. That's not who I deal with. I like to help people with getting their foundations and their basics and their systems together so they can then get to 250 and then head over to the next level coach. All right. And then CEO mindset is always got to go back to lead like, you got to lead like a leader. You got to lead like a leader. Like take charge. You got to have bold. You got to see your greatness. Because if you don't see your greatness, nobody else is going to see it around you. Like you got to know you're the bomb.com. And we do different types of activities. And you're going to get the book of some of the activities that we do. Throughout our academy, we do different activities to remind you. One of the CEO mindset things that we do is in the morning, what are the first things that we focus on? Another thing that we do in our CEO mindset is making sure that we have a business plan. Like we don't need to have businesses. We need to be chief executive officers. We don't want just little hobbies. We want to be chief executive officers. We have put so much into this. We want to make sure our back end is tight. So if they're asking you if you want to get a loan, everything is already set into place. Breathe. I know it sounds like a lot. Lori, I got you. Lori started the academy. Some of you guys are in here. Octavia started. I know it feels like it's a lot. I promise you, I'm going to show you how we break it into something simple. Are you guys interested in finding out how I broke it into something simple? You want to see the method and the process? Y'all want to see what's inside the brain of Dr. Ali? All right, before we do that, let me shout out Crystal, another one of our Power Mover Success. She just started with me this year. Met her at another event. She's also part of our tribe. She started a new partnership. They are an amazing, like they're moving faster than anything I've ever seen. They literally just started their business about 2 to 3 months ago. And all they come on the calls and all they want to know when we're together is, this is the system. This is what we need. Can you give us the system? Can you break it down into something simple so we understand and we can communicate it back to our team? All right. So working together, she wanted systems implemented to scale faster, because with systems, you scale faster. Clarity on the vision, clear actionable steps with systems. And next couple of weeks, her goals are to achieve her goals and objectives. She also enjoyed getting great feedback and information when we were working together. And she now feels that she can achieve and accomplish her goals. Woo, woo. Love my sisters. Shout out to Danielle, another one of our Power Move Success ladies. She started her business. When we first started working together, she did have a business. Another one of our academy students. She had a business. That was it. She had maybe a few clients. She posted whenever she felt like. That was it. Crickets. So we activated that business. We went in. We now have her doing consistent webinars so that she can start building her lead list, her lead magnet. She now has a CRM so she can collect her leads. We're leading them into a funnel so she can give them a nice nurture system. And she's now having more clients. She's now doing more speaking. She's speaking on panels. She's showing up. She's showing up. She's showing up. She's getting more bold, right? As you speak more, as you show up on more panels, as you show up on more platforms, and we have a module just for PR and media, because that's a whole system in itself. She's doing more than three. She's done more than 3 podcast major interviews, including iHeart. Consistent social media postings now. If you follow her at NutriDS on Facebook, Instagram, or Facebook or Instagram, I don't think she has Twitter yet. You'll see her consistent posting. She's now implemented CRM, lead magnet, and she has her first full package client. What she says is, I have a plan for what's next. That's all she needs. Full package. Like, she was doing these little baby course things. And I'm like, we don't do that. We need to combine it. We need to put together something of meat, of substance. And then you offer that. And when she heard the number, she's like, I can't say that number. And I'm like, well, let's break it down. If you break it down, how much is all that worth? And you're still giving a discount on top of that. That's a higher ticket value. Let's go towards a higher ticket value. And it's all within the last month or so. So shout out to Danielle, who also came really recently onto the campus. So will you be the next power mover success story? Who wants to be a power mover success story? Who wants, when I come in and tell this story, that they have all these things they've done? Anyone? All right. Evie says, yes. So do I have permission to share with you the process and how you can get clear in your business, how you can learn more about systems, how you can get steps towards your 6-figure success? Do I have your permission? If I don't have your permission, we can just stop right here. Would you like to learn more about the how? Awesome. Thank you. So first, before I talk about Power Moves Business, our new Power Moves Business Academy, super excited to now launch it. It was first Ignite You Business Academy. I've up-leveled that, because if I'm expecting you guys to up-level, I got to be the leader. And leaders lead by example. So I've up-leveled this entire Business Academy based on what my clients told me they needed, based on what I know you needed, so that I can not waste your time. And whenever you come, you get exactly what you need. This is not for everyone. I'll be very consistent. This is not for everyone, but for those who are ready to take power moves in their lives, who are ready to change the things that they've been doing before and create something simpler, who feel like they've been going around in circles, confused about what they're doing, grasping at straws and hoping that something works. And then eventually they're like, okay, what the heck am I doing? But just throwing money everywhere else, and I don't have a system, process, or understanding of it. This is what this is for. Power moves is for those who don't want to move, but ready to make power moves. That's different than moves. Moves are what you do every day. The power moves are for those who want to expedite it, who wants in 5 years to be on an island like me, who wants in 5 years to make sure that their kids are all set up and their systems are working and they have all of their front end and back end looking great. And even it can be done in 1 year or 3 years. It all depends on your level. My goal is to get you set up for within 10 months, you have it. Within a year, you're looking back at this and all of your basic systems are set up. But you got to do the work. I can share it with you and I can break it down simply, but the Power Moves Biz Academy are for those who are ready to do the work. Therefore, so I wanted to show you a little bit about my behind the scenes. And this is what helps me. You know, when I speak about millionaire success habits, it's because I've been blessed to be in the inside room, in the inside spaces of working with these 3 millionaires, right? And being inside, you begin to get the behind the scenes, the inside scoop, the I don't want to waste time type of things. So you can go places where they show you all this fluff, and or you can learn from people who are making it happen, who are doing it. Modify it to your tribe, because our tribe is different. Like my tribe, we have so much on our hands, we can't handle too much at a time. Like too much of a time will cause us to go into chaos and will stop us. because we already have so much of other things happening in our lives. I've realized that my mompreneurs are mompreneurs who are dealing with extraordinary circumstances. Those are who are gravitating towards me. It's not just regular everyday mompreneurs, but people who have either children with special needs, or they're caregiving for a parent, or they're, you know, they're dealing with really, really difficult childhood, or, you know, they have their own developmental or cognitive disabilities, or just emotional disabilities and different abilities. I hate disabilities, different abilities. And they gravitate towards me because I tend to make things simpler. So these are all, when they say success leads clues, I went on the inside to get y'all the clues. How about that for you? So Power of Moves Biz Academy in a snapshot, you get inside access to the Millionaire CEO Suite. Those are proven success methods, not only by me, but them. You get to learn the behind the scenes of their tricks and their hacks. And all you got to do, what I say, is remix, rinse, and repeat. So once you learn these tricks and hacks, all you got to do is remix, rinse, and repeat. So if you have a 5-day challenge, which I want all of us to have, and we're going to walk through how to do a 5-day challenge, a back-end system, so we can build our lead magnets, like what I just did. You guys like that 5-day, 1-day biz plan, right? Like it? Awesome. So that built my leads by over, I like to say 350 something. My leads went up. All right. Just from a 5-day challenge and this masterclass. And all I got to do when I go and do it again is rinse and repeat it. So when I do my next 5-day challenge, and I want you guys to learn some of the systems to doing it and the behind the scenes, you just rinse and repeat it. You get clear systems and operations. Somebody said they need hand holding. That's what I'm here for. I provide checklists and templates. Checklist is all you gotta do. Checklist is life. If somebody type out checklist, everything I do, I have someone to help me to create a checklist with it. Why? Because that's how I function. I like to look at a page and it says, okay, if I'm gonna be launching this, I need 10 things I gotta get done. All I gotta go through the checklist. Does that help anyone else? Am I the only one that love checklists? So much easier than you telling me all these paragraphs. Like, I don't have time for the paragraphs. I don't have, like, you see, I'm dealing with ZACHARY. Bite-sized chunks of business steps. So simple time-saving bi-weekly tasks. When we meet every 2 weeks, we do what are our chunks that we're working on. We create our own branding products. Everyone needs to have a product. Everyone, we all have to have a product and or service. And service. I don't even say or. We got to create our own branded product. We'll either work on either our bestseller book. I know the secret in this and the tips towards becoming bestseller. So we'll talk about that. Curriculum, companion guide. That's how I developed my suite, product suite, which Susie now has me teaching to her people, because that's what I did. I created a product suite, and I talked to you guys about that. Paid coaching, consulting, all of that you guys need. So we're going to talk about how you're going to get that in your business. And for those of you who are starting, you're going to get there step by step. That's why it's a 10-month program. That's why I'm not trying to give it to you in 6 weeks. This is bricks. This is not straw. If you need straw, I am not your coach. If you need bricks, developed and built quickly, but still bricks, that's me. Practice the secret laws of language to attract your target market in any platform. Yeah, that's my little special sauce. That's where I share how language makes everything happen. Like, I'll show you how to connect with people with language, how to attract your clients with language. Be bold in social media. We're going to deal with confidence, content calendars, and consistency. Those are my 3 C's for social media. And we're going to dive deeper into what that looks like. As a media maverick working with my coach, I had 3 different media coaches. I took all their systems and I created ours. So that we can be an expert in our areas and build credibility super fast. And you guys, some of you have done my visibility class. Learn authentic language to invite our customers, that's sales. And we have a whole section of money talk, business, bookkeeping, and finance freedom moves. I don't care what you are, you will have a bookkeeping system, and you will have a financial forecast system. We got to work on finance. So as much as you run, and my Ignite You biz members, I remember when we did that session, everybody's like, and I'm like, I got you. I got forms, I got systems, I got a method. All I need to do is implement 1 to 3 of these. You just start. You're not going to start having everything, but just start. And of course, you know me. Be surrounded with others just like you, a like-minded community. All right, Amanda, last one. She went from blogger to #1 bestseller, The Clouds That Chased Us. Released her companion guide. She just released her first video series in her e-course. She's doing podcast interviews. She says, I helped her with staying focused on the vision, not just a vision for the next 3 months or 5 months, but my vision moving forward in life, where I want to be and who I want to be, define and categorize what is important, and to prioritize those steps so that I can accomplish things. Working together has helped her to strengthen some of those muscles that are not very strong, like marketing and sales, are things that are not areas of strength for me, but that she's helping me to develop. And I'm not doing it for her, but we're doing it together to help her grow those muscles into her own. So this is the snapshot of the Academy. This is the 10-month snapshot for those who've been waiting for this. We have, each month is focused on different things. First month, we work on CEO mindset, abundance and growth. We speak about what abundance is and what the growth process looks like and how we're going to be okay with that. If we are lacking in this area, I'm always going to come back to mindset, because if you're weak in mindset, you'll see it in your business and your systems. So we're continuous. That's the part of me being a life coach. We're always going back to that. So month 2, we do business assessments and foundations. Month 3, operations. Month 4, we do branding, and I break this down a little further on the next page. This is the CEO, month 1. Month 2, business plan. That one page, we do a little more in depth with it. I told you guys, this is in depth now. So we start September to November. August, it starts for month 1. And then this is the next 3 from September to November. We're working on our business assessments, getting our business together, getting our legal paperwork together. Looking at our finance forecast. Operations, we're going to start with our time management, our scheduler. If this is off, our business gets off. And looking at what the customer's journey is from the start to when they leave and how we nurture them. A lot of things is a lot of business to get to nurture their clients. Therefore, they become a one and done. We're looking to have lifelong clients, or clients we could move on to the next stage. Then branding. You guys want to know more about branding. And branding is more than just website and logos, but we know more about avatar. My branding coach was Jen Kem. I had 2 different branding coaches. So what stood out the most was avatar, audience, aesthetics, our brand stories, connecting our brand stories in our messages, connecting our brand stories in our content. That's what's missing in a lot of the stuff you guys are writing. When I look, you're missing the overall branding in your message. So we'll work some more on getting that developed. Does that sound like something you guys are interested in? Then we do content developing, content creating. This is where we go into your lead generators, how to create PDFs, quizzes, checklists, product suites. We speak about service classes, how to do webinars, group programs. We go into marketing. There's organic and inorganic traffic. I bring in experts for you guys in each one of these areas. So pretty much throughout the year, I will be teaching, and then I bring in my coaches. So Lori will come in for social media when we do social media slay. When we did Facebook ads, I had Leveda come in to do Facebook ads in our other group, but you guys have access into that. So as you're learning, you're also getting the experts with what's going on hot. Man, y'all. This program is so dope. I have leveled it from myself, because I feel like you need to learn the basics, and then you also need to know what's hot for right now, so that you can't get lost. I get lost when there's too much information. I got you. That's why each month it's broken down. We meet twice a month, and then you guys get bonused in a third time with the bonus when you get to join in with the membership group, who only meets once a month with an expert. Then we have sales, what you guys have been running from. By the time we get into months 8, 9, and 10, we're going to do sales. And this is teaching you the back end, sales language, sales scripts. We get to practice sales script. We get to have sales plan and projecting. All the things that I saw missing in other programs, I just put it in my program. It was missing. It was missing, and it's what people needed. I'm like, every program I saw, and I'm like, I know what's missing. And that's what you should do. Like, wherever you go, look to see where you fill in the gap, and then go and create your own. I mean, you've invested. So once you've invested, you can recreate and reproduce certain things, and then you go and make it your own. But this is a solid program. It's so solid. When Susie took a look at it, she was like, oh my goodness. Right? And price-wise, it's still not even comparative to what her programs are. We have finance, financial plans, forecasting, milestones, systems, all these things that you guys don't want to do with finance. We are going to be hitting into it once we talk finance in April. And in May, this is where we talk about media maverick hacks, public relations, interviews, speaking tips. Of course, if anything comes up as an emergency, that it shows up, like you got an interview ahead of time and you can't wait till May, we do have our working sessions, and you can bring those questions and we can answer that, and you can learn some basic, top tips. But this is where you learn the foundations. Like in media, another client hit me up today to send me their media, and I'm like, okay, we got to remember, if we can acronym something, we want to give sound bites. We don't want to sit down there giving lengthy stories. Be very wary of time, because you want to be asked back. So be a responsible guest when you're on media or when you're being interviewed. And there's some, I'd say about five to seven top things that you should do when you're being interviewed. So we go more into that in detail. So would this be worth it to you if this helped to make your life easier when it came to your business? If it was $9,997, would it be worth it to you? If it gave you a chance to actually put into play the foundations of what will take your business to scale faster. Got to put in the time, but would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to you if you finally have a place where you can ask questions and you don't have to feel dumb? Like, I don't understand this. Okay, let's break it down into something simpler so that you can learn step by step and it doesn't feel so freaking overwhelming. Would it be worth it to you to have a space where you finally feel like I can get my business to where I've always wanted my business to be? Would it be worth it to you? I don't know. So if I broke everything down into value, and this is what I'm going to share with you. If I broke everything in terms of, you get your one power move, one-on-one session, strategy session with me at the beginning. So we create your plan. You get bi-weekly. Those are the teaching sessions. You get an Ask the Expert training once a month, once every 2 months. I bring in an expert that shares top knowledge with you. You get a fast track mid-year section where we do a check-in. What's going on with that success strategy we had at the beginning? What do we need to tweak? What do we need to remix? What do we need to amplify? Then you get access to our private exclusive community. We have our own Facebook group. You also get a chance to set up accountability groups within there with not me, but with your cohorts. And then here's the juiciness. For every one of those, every single one of those modules, there are checklists and templates or guides for everyone. So each one you go through, if you're not learning at the pace, you do it at your own time. You take it, you need more time to process it, you need more time to implement it, you still have these checklists to keep you going. Would it be worth $9,997 to have this so simplified in your business? Or would it be worth $7,997? Would it be worth that? Who knows? But for today, our offer for the Power Moves Business Academy is $5,467. Or you can do a down payment of $497 with 10 additional pays of $497. It is a steal. This is definitely worth more than $10,000. I've seen it being given for $15,000 up to $20,000. I've seen programs that were $25,000 that still does not have the level of depth that what we have here. This is all that and then some. And I've only have 16 spots left. It was only 20, 4 are gone because I did invite some of those who did the biz plan with last week's class, and they did grab some spots. So now there's only 16. You cannot go and pay for this. You have to apply. I'm now creating a system where I want to sit and talk to you before having you invest. I want to know if it's a match for you. I don't want you to just spend money. I don't want you to just drop money. I don't want your money like that. I want for you to apply. There's some questions. It's going to help you to see if you really can make this, if you can afford this right now, if this is your now time, if this is your go time. Are you really going to put in the work? Like, those questions are going to help me to realize if we can move you on to the next stage, which is inviting you in and having you make the payment. Does that make sense to you guys? So if you're interested in applying for one of those slots, then go to Power Moves Biz Academy and get your time slot. It'll ask you some questions. It'll get you on my calendar, and we can talk and see if it's a mix, if it's a match. Give yourself permission to at least see if you're a match. Don't talk yourself out of it until we talk, because you never know. Like, I've had conversations with people who just felt it wasn't, who didn't think they have it, and be on the phone and we're able to talk through where the money is sitting there. I'm like, okay, the money's there, right? But sometimes we don't see it because we're in it. And, or I knew someone who was a little nervous. I've never done something like this before. I don't know if this is where I can spend my money in, but I just feel it's right. And I'm like, well, if you feel it's right and God is telling you it's right and everything kind of fell into your hands, maybe it's right. All right, you guys want to know about the bonuses? I'm throwing in some bonuses. Say bonus. So with the same value, you will also get a bonus of a free live or virtual event. Guys, this card, this available, see, this is bonus. This offer will only be available until next week Friday. It does close on the 26th. We are closing whatever number we have, that's when we close, because starting in July, we're gonna be doing some of the bonus trainings. So it starts in August, but the first payment will be done by the end of this June, so that we can make sure that we're all paid up for in time. But the cart does close at the end of June. So you have a few days to decide, and or you can make a decision now if you want to wait to see if you get those 16 spots. So you get free access to my live event. You get access into our membership group. Our membership group meets once a month as a group for Q&A, and they also have a portal with whatever recorded sessions we had whenever we bring a guest in. They have a vault, our membership vault, so you'll have access into our membership vault. It's a space where we just connect. If you just want to connect once a month, you don't need the strategies, you don't need the systems, you don't need the checklist, you're pretty good with that. You just want to connect. It's a good space just to be. So you get that for free as part of the program. Somebody said how to podcast. We are doing our How to Podcast Masterclass in July. So we're going to walk through step by step how to do this podcast. Y'all want to know how to do podcasts, how to have over 8,000 downloads in less than 8-9 months. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk through the steps. We're going to go through it. Of course, what are you going to get with it? Somebody say checklist. You're going to get a checklist with that. So you will get bonus into that podcast class as part of being a Business Academy student, a power mover. And this should be bonus number 4. I don't know how it says 3. Extra bonus, back end how to do a launch. So this is going to be our bonus. I'm going to do 2 bonus classes in July, either one in July and one in August, or we're going to do both in July. I haven't decided. It'll be on the weekend. So it all depends on this going back out or not going back out. Either way, you'll get it done this summer. We want to know the back end of launching, how to do a challenge, how to have that masterclass like we're doing now, the steps that you don't see, how to do a live event, those back end systems, and of course, access to the checklist. That will be inside our Business Academy vault. I'll record it. I'll do it live for those who can't meet. We have in Kajabi, we have a Business Academy vault. Guys, I'm so proud. We've up-leveled, and this program is going to be the bomb. So all of that is valued at over $12,000, almost $13,000 with all of those bonuses and what we gave before, and you're still getting it for under $6,000. Apply now. You get it for those before. You could either do one payment. I think if you do one payment, this is the 4 payment option. So 4 payments would be, I'm sorry, initial payment and then 10 additional payments. So that's 11 payments of $497. That's $54.67. If you do one payment, I do believe it is $44.67. Right? So we will talk about that on our calls. You get a big, gigantic discount if you just do a one payment discount. It is in the $4,000. If all this did was add one more zero to your bank account monthly or throughout the end of the year, would it be worth it? If all this did was free up some time that you've been wasted, would it be worth it? If this opened up your lifestyle towards where you can actually relax in your business and not have so much angst towards business. You feel an ease and you actually love doing business. Like, I don't want you to do business. I want you to love being in business. So my goal as I empower you is as you begin to turn key and empower more of our community, you can show them the love and the passionate side of business. Business is a scary side because we don't know it. But when we simplify it, it actually becomes fun. And then you get to tell and show people, you're making it too complicated. Let me show you a quick way. My coach showed me how you could get that same result. Okay, now you can see why power movers are winning, right? Because they have the power moves process, and they have a success, and they have a formula. And when you don't have a success and you don't have a formula, we spoke about that at the beginning with the mindset, if there's no success, if there's no formula, if there's no process, then you're just kind of hoping it works. Like, I hope it works. I'm going to do a 5-day challenge and hope they come. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. There's so many things behind the scenes that you are not seeing. And I need you guys to wake up to the fact that what you see in the front is only 10% of what is really happening. So you got to start having access into the back end scene so you can have success. Success lays there, not in what you see, but what you're not seeing. I can show you this, it's like a 10-page process that it took me to do these 5-day business plan and this. But it made it so much easier. Today I wasn't stressing, y'all. I was able to walk to the park with my son. I was able to enjoy the last few minutes. All I did was do a live because there was a process and there was a system. So I wasn't spazzing out the last few minutes of a masterclass or the last few minutes of a 5-day challenge. So that's what I want for you, so that you can spend time with your kids, so you can spend time growing. Does that make sense? And you can see why it's a reasonable investment of almost $5,000. It's reasonable. Like, it's a freaking steal. So I've done something else, and I've put together 5 fast action spots for $4,000. If you're doing one payment, $4,000. If you want one of those 5 fast action spots, I've actually opened up an hour tonight after our session. So if you want to grab one of those sessions where we can talk, then we can grab one of those fast action spots where we can just talk and see if that's for you. The first 5 people, this is how bomb this is. And if that's you, just type down fast action. My VA that does my tech, she said, I'm just giving you a password that will only work 5 times. So it's not even in my hands, y'all. It's in a system. It's not even in my hands. It's in a system. That's dope. Like, I don't get to choose. The first 5, that's who gets it for $4,000. Otherwise, it'll go back up to the monthly payment, which is fine too. So you have 3 choices when you leave here. You can implement whatever you learned here. I gave a lot. And I do believe in giving a lot so that whoever doesn't want to move forward, you have something you can do. And to me, that's my responsibility. And that's how I don't feel sleazy. You want to know how to not feel sleazy? Having an offer at the end, show up and give and be authentic. And you guys, did you get something out of this? Did you get something you can implement immediately? The second thing is you can play it safe and do nothing, not take a leap. And that's 100% risk-free. You can't make a mistake if you do nothing. Like, you good. If you do nothing, you can't make a mistake. Your business will stay the same or not have a business. Or you can bet on yourself. Take a risk, invest today, compared to all the value you'll get in return, you just take a shot. And either works or it doesn't work. But I guarantee you, if you're with me and you're with me for 10 months, you know I don't give up on folks. Like, I come looking for folks. And you get a lot more that's not even on this screen that I don't like to promise people, because I want you to come back and tell me, you promised me this, but you get so much more because I'm an over deliverer and I'm an over giver. So you get even more than what I offer here. So the real question is, are you willing to make the investment in yourself? Are you willing to make that investment? No, I don't give up on you, because I know what the systems and the process and how it will change your child's life. I know how it will change your life. I know how it will change your mom's life. I know how it will change your life. But you have to be willing to invest your time, your money, and a little bit of energy. And we can talk about that when we do the time management system of how we make it work. That's why the time management system is in there. So if you haven't said yes yet, it's because number one, there's a fear. You've never invested anything like that in coaching, or you're just not sure if it's the right thing for you right now. The mere fact that you're here, I already feel God sent you here. So he sent you for a reason. If you've been questioning what to do next, he kind of delivered it straight in front of you. And most of you have seen or known me. For those of you who don't know me, hi. If this is your first time meeting me, just type out first timer. What you see is what you get, and the proof is in the pudding. Everything I do well. It's just part of who I am as a person, and what I believe my tribe does. Whatever we do together, we do to the best of our ability, and we do it together. So whoever's launching, we are all launching. Whoever has something coming out, we're all supporting them. Your second reason is your doubt. You're not sure. Am I going to do this? Is it for me? So if you're sitting in there, that's part of that mindset thing. That's kind of what we spoke about at the beginning. And the last set is, I don't have money. We spoke about that at the beginning, right? That I don't have money syndrome. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have this. If you stay in those mindset blocks, they will keep you blocked. Another year from now, another 5 years from now, you will not get to execute the things that you want to do. And now is your time. And reminder that you will get all the bonuses. Look, Charlotte, you made a picture. Haha, cute. And my eye and Dusty, that was from my thing. Thank you. Because it's all a system, Evie. You can learn the system too. Everything's a system. So beast mode, for those who want to do the one payment, access is there. Apply now. I'm going to put the link up again. Go now. Is anyone interested in applying? Let me know if you want to put it in there. If you want to be silent.com, if you want to send me a message privately, you can go ahead and send me a message and tell me what are you interested in. Definitely go and at least get on the calendar and let's talk. Give yourself that. And this is where you apply. I just put it in there for you. It's your time now. Type it out. It's my time now. It's my time now. I don't know about you, but it's my time now. And just like you and what I intend for you, it's time to turn it up. Time to turn it up to the next level. And for those of you, I promise you a gift as you show up. There is the Mastermind Guide. You will have access to that PDF. So after you go to the Power Moves Biz Academy, you set up your time.